Hello, everybody. So some of my Western friends they requested me to present a video, you know, about Tantra because I have been practicing Tantra for quite some time. My perspective, because I have kind of watched some videos, especially from the Western followers of Tantra and Western perspectives, their English channel videos, and I have been, of course, seeing some Indian, Indian language channels. Also, I see a lot of difference, basically, how Tantra is being approached in the West and how in India, although it has the source in India. What I observed is it looks like more like the West has cherry picked the elements of Tantra which perhaps suits their psychological and their requirement, and they have packaged it as such which can be digested by the Western audience. But that is very small element. More so if you Google Tantra, most of the time you see Tantra sex because that's one small, maybe 0.1% of whole subject of Tantra, but because it works, it helps people. That is why it is so famous. So now Tantra is basically in approaching the divinity with all the physical aspects of our mundane aspects of our being, like ordinary yoga and meditation. This Their approach is basically getting deep in yourself. Although this is also part of the Tantra, because we are trying to change inside out, but we are trying to change things outside. In the yogic system, I should rather say, because I have practiced, I started myself in yoga and meditation, which are very classical, like Vipassana, and Buddhist and Indian system. Like there are many transcendental meditation. I felt, because I went there because I had some problems, financial problems, and they asked me, okay, you have stress because of the problems you are facing in life. You meditate and you'll get peace of mind, and your mind will be more clear to think and all that stuff. But then I realized it's not going to change things. Now, Tantra basically changes is it believes in it does not believe in digging the head in the sand. I would rather say if there is an elephant in the room and you go to a yoga teacher, he says close your eyes as if it's not there. It's matrix. It's Maya. But Tantra says yes, it's Maya, and you take control of this Maya. It is this objective experience. Kick that elephant out of room so that you can sit and peacefully meditate. What tantra actually as a definition is, like the eastern tantra is a Sanskrit term which has many meanings. Tantra means system, but this system is defined in two aspects. One aspect is the system of the universe itself, which is operating the web, we call it. The tantra means web of this universe. Now that system of universe is approached by the system of some practices that we do. System interacting with system, subjective and objective way of approaching it and trying to change things fundamentally. Tantra sees people, everything as energies. So whatever you want to change in the mundane aspect of your life, if you want to just make a change and then decide I should go and sit peacefully, first I change outside. What it will do is that it will help you basically change things at fundamental, at the subtle levels. There's a blueprint of everything that happens in our universe at the higher dimensions, and this is what manifestation, people use those mental powers and visualization. That can be, again, it also looks like more like coming from tantra itself, but this is very small aspect what I see from there. And you what you're trying to do is you're trying to alter the blueprint of this universe, hack the matrix, as you say, so that it starts slowly trickling down into the physical reality and things start changing for you for good. uh, the simple ordinary yogic system also is part of tantra. Actually, if you see tantric books, all there are, like Vigyan Bhairav Tantra has 112 methods of meditation, 112 methods. Okay, if you go to any classical school of meditation, whether it is kriya yoga or transcendental meditation, they will teach you exactly what their teachers have taught you, regardless of what your intrinsic nature is. Here what we do is that Tantra has defined things into two dimensions, masculine and the feminine aspect. Masculine aspect is the observer. When you are meditating, what is happening is you are going deep in your subconsciousness and you are becoming observer even of your thoughts, things that an unchanging thing, unchanged is observing the change. So that means your consciousness is observing things, including your thoughts, your emotions that are changing by your deep, consciousness. You're observing them inside out. So you're going deep into yourself, but just observing it. Feminine aspect is the things that are changing. So feminine approach is like approach of Siddhis. What you do is that you achieve certain powers one after another. It is a progressive things. You will start with small things. Let's say, initially you come, I don't have money, so you will get some mantras like Shreem. You will get some geometrical patterns from your master. You will get some figurines. He will create a system which will invoke those kind of vibrations in you, that aura in you, that people, who need to give you money gets attracted by your proposals. And then your own, idea, the mental things open up to the possibilities which you are not able to see, so that you get the money. But then that is the smallest. Then you will realize, okay, if I have the power to achieve as much money I want, then what next? So you will start going up and up and up. And a simple yogic system is like, when you go, you should get, if you go to a classical school of yoga, they will say you should get liberation, and this all world is maya, and stay, try to get free from shackles of this maya and the tentacles which is holding you back, which is, keeping you going, up and down to this world. Tantra system says that perhaps at some point of time in the past, maybe billions, maybe trillions, maybe before Big Bang, you were in the state of liberation. Then what was the purpose of getting entangled in this? So it's like a child who decides to play a video game, and in between the game, before he actually wins the castle, reaches the castle, somebody comes and tells him it's a Maya, because you're facing the problem. There are so many evil who are trying to, prevent you reaching the castle. So let's stop the game. But that's not the tantric approach. Tantra says take complete control of things. That control can reach to a level when you go once after another siddhis. There are siddhis which are meant to give you absolute control on the universe, whatever you want to do. You want to come back to this, so you're free. You want to go to some other universe after you die. You want to go, be born on some other planet. You have the freedom. You want liberation, you have the freedom. Everything is under your control. So all because you are basically, getting control of the software of this universe through certain practices. And there are, and this, it has been classified like, different, like we call it Das Mahavidya, the 10 goddesses. uh, we use, they have different qualities. So what you want to achieve, you just do them one sadhana and you get the siddhis, and then the next one you just qualify and go upwards. And you are, instead of submerging yourself and get liberated forever by withdrawing from it, what you're indulging, holding the bull by its horn, and take things under your control. So this is the because it's like, feminine nature. No, no, I don't want to sit. I just want to go shopping, and I want this and that and everything. You want to grasp and take control of things. So this is how tantra is, supposed. Second thing is, tantra does not have any kind of a evil versus good definition. Tantra does not believe, because if there is no darkness at night, there is no, we will not know what day is. If there was no thief in the video game, there won't be any, we won't enjoy the game, just cops running around the game. So it is a holistic approach of, we have to understand everything is there to balance. The good are good because they are standing on the foundation of the evil, and evil are evil because they are standing on, it's like opposite side of the same coin. You just have to understand it more like, the whole game of the universe. Now, if you are, let's say, as the world calls you evil, I mean, you're an angry man, you've been angry, kind of in nature. You see some children, they are very angry, from when they are, it's their nature. But then they go to some school and some spiritual mentor, and they go to some seminars, and therapy systems, and where they teach them how to control your anger and how you should do an approach so that they don't do bad things. The Tantra says no. If this is what you are, maybe this is required by the, as we say that, sometimes people who are not good to us gives us lessons. So maybe somebody else requires lessons from. This is the whole system is like that. But before that anger destroys you and the people around you, what Tantra does is instead uses your this intrinsic quality to achieve some spiritual height. It does not say give it away, it just uses it in your favor. For example, a person is a foodie. It's not in a spiritual realms. Drinking and eating too much is not supposed to be good in classic normal. If we go to any spiritual school or spiritual monasteries, they're not going to like it. They will perhaps ask you to control yourself, so that you have something better after life and all. And this is no. If you like to enjoy food feast, so why don't you meditate on food itself? This is what began Bhairav also. If you see, there are methods like focus on the food itself, and you because all the including drinks, we call it panchamakar, including sex, anything experience that comes to you, and something that you are naturally inclined to go. You don't have so nobody has to tell you. I mean, people have to teach you to go to temples and monasteries, but people who go to nightclubs, nobody teaches them, it just happens to them. So that is natural to them. So what they will teach you, that instead of just wasting away that, all our experiences come from the same source, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's experience coming from the good food, music, or drinking. So what we do is that we have particular meditation for that particular aspect of your being. You can meditate even after drinks. You can focus on the buzz that you're getting, and that buzz experience itself has a source, common source. If you're having holy water from some holy temple, the experience you're going to get, the source is same. So you just have to catch what is natural to you, and you have to dig dive and use your own nature for your own, those kind of a sadhanas. The sadhanas, siddhis, which we are achieved by these kind of a qualities, we call them tamoguni sadhanas. The qualities tamoguni, like satoguni is the the good qualities like vegetative, veganism and being polite and being happy and greeting people. To my surprise, the I have been watching my students sadhaks. The sadhaks who are taken the tamoguni sadhana, they have achieved results much faster than the people who are supposedly good. Because the people who are good are not actually, they are not natural to themselves, because there is element of bad with us, but we have been conditioned to be always good to people. And then that kind of suffocates us always. There is, we have those tamoguni qualities also. So what we do is that we will use whatever path you want. You want quicker results, with tamoguni is the best for you. And this is how the tantra. This is, I have given a very touched very basic points on it. There is much more that can be discussed about it, but for the time being, I think this is enough. So maybe next time I'll make another video. Thank you so much. Namaskar.